I don't know if y'all believe in this or selling your soul, but it almost seemed like that's what happened a long time ago in the industry or something, because it's like demon possession. Oh, I'm just keeping it real.
So you're saying, when did Kiki get her first recording contract?
Listen, this must have happened back in 2000. I know I'm not afraid. You know, God is with me. He's with all of us. Yeah. And say people leave here too.
So you were hoping that she would change and go from being alpha to beta.
Yeah, because I mean, people might take this the wrong way. Take it however you please. If you believe in demonic spirits, some people have them, and she does. And so
you're saying, without a doubt, that in your opinion, Kiki is demonic. You don't think she can change at all. I mean, when a person allegedly sleeping with your cousin and taking him from his wife
and starting a church,
that's pretty insane.
Keke Wyatt is blowing up online for all the wrong reasons right now, because her ex-husband just exposed their whole marriage, and the claims he dropped are straight up shocking. Zachariah Daring is out here calling her a cold, manipulative woman who allegedly dragged him through emotional chaos. And he isn't holding back at all. But that's not even the part that has people completely stunned. Because according to Zachariah, Kiki wasn't just stepping out of the relationship. He claimed she was messing around with her own cousin, allegedly, which had everybody online losing their minds. And it doesn't stop there, because Zachariah also claimed that Kiki was allegedly involved in some dark spiritual stuff that made the whole situation even more intense. Word on the block is that she supposedly did voodoo-type rituals on him and even on some of her exes, and people have been whispering about this behind the scenes for a minute. It's the kind of allegation that makes everybody sit up because it sounds like something straight out of a movie, and the streets definitely reacted with shock. When he pulled up for his recent interview with Tasha K, Zachariah didn't soften anything. He doubled down on every single claim, and the way he explained it had viewers clutching their phones.
In November the 4th, 2023, November the 4th or so, 2023. And I did not see my son, Kiriah, until the end of June, which was the divorce court for me and Keke Wyatt, where we would have the divorce finalized. And I wasn't able to talk to him and see my kids. It was impossible for me to call her because I refused contact with her because of the her maniac ways, the demonic, the belittling, the verbal, that's done for life, as I stated. And so at this particular time, even some months ago, I told friends of mine, I said, listen, God said I'm not to be in any circumstances, environments where I have to fight or where I have to deal with a situation or anything like that. God has me for full-time ministry, and you guys can't put me into anything I don't need to be. Well, my sister got punched in the mouth. She's not my biological sister.
He also hinted that she had cheated on him multiple times in their very short marriage, including allegedly with her cousin.
He locked it in, asking his wife for a divorce. So this woman stole her cousin away from his wife and had her own cousin to come live with her, and they began an ancestral relationship, having sex and a sexual relationship, and then said they're going to start a church. Hopefully you guys can see that.
He started laying out details that had folks in disbelief, saying these situations had him feeling trapped and confused, and the way he described everything made the whole situation sound even messier than people thought. Every new detail he shared added another layer of drama, and the interview instantly became a hot topic because nobody expected him to go this deep into what went down between them. He claimed Kiki was out here using voodoo rituals to keep him locked under her control, and he even said she allegedly had a whole witch on speed dial like it was normal business. He painted their marriage like something straight out of a horror movie, with him feeling like every day came with a new twist he never saw coming. And the way he lays it out, this wasn't just a messy relationship. He says it felt like a setup he barely escaped, and that alone had people staring at their screens in disbelief. There's a lot to unpack in this situation. So breaking it down piece by piece is the only way to really catch all the chaos. Because from the way he's talking, it sounds like Kiki really did him wrong. And the tension between them didn't fade even after she filed for divorce over a year ago.
New work, but you've known Keke Wyatt all your life.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you guys met at what age?
I'm saying, Norris said she was like 6 years old. Somebody said she was older than what she was. And so I seen Miranda first. Well, no, I didn't see Miranda first. I always seen Kiki, she was too young, but her friend was with her and she was fine. Body and all that stuff, and a very beautiful girl. Anyway.
This man is still heated, still talking, and still dropping claims that make folks raise their eyebrows. He's been trying to get people to listen for a long time, explaining that Kiki isn't the person everyone thinks she is. And the way he talks about his experience makes it sound like he went through something heavy. Every time he speaks on it, he adds a new detail that makes the story even more wild. And now people are paying closer attention because the whole situation feels like it came straight out of a dramatic street tale with twists nobody saw coming. When Kiki filed for divorce last year, she dropped hints that Zachariah had been violent towards her, even saying, "I am divorced and so happy to be free from that bondage." After that, the internet came for him hard, and Zachariah got a ton of hate for supposedly putting his hands on the mother of his kids. The backlash was nonstop, and people online were dragging him every chance they got. But Zachariah wasn't about to let Kiki control the story without him. He knew he had to step up and set the record straight.
Did you pursue Kiki, or did Kiki come to you after she divorced Michael Jamar? Because that was very public.
She texted me. And this is after I foresaw the car accident. I called her,
okay,
and she said, I got a divorce. The divorce wasn't final. I said, hey, baby, I'm thinking, because God done already talked to me. But see, you got to know, you never know what God's up to.
So did you?
Well, this is where things get a little spicy, though.
And what he shared flipped the whole narrative on its head. According to Zachariah, it wasn't what people thought at all. He claims Kiki was the one acting up in the relationship, and that he was the one who actually walked away back in November 2023, nearly 7 months before she officially filed for divorce. He says the timing alone proves that the story people were buying online wasn't the truth, and he wanted everyone to hear his side before rumors spiraled even further. He went on record explaining the dynamics between them, insisting that he wasn't the villain people painted him to be. Zachariah says the entire marriage was messy, chaotic, and full of drama that people never got to see. And now that he's speaking out, fans are left shocked by just how different his account is from what they thought.
So you were hoping that she would change and go from being alpha to beta.
Yeah, because I mean, people might take this the wrong way, take it however you please. Please, if you believe in demonic spirits, some people have them, and she does. And so
you're saying, without a doubt, that in your opinion, Kiki is demonic. You don't think she can change at all. I mean, when a person allegedly sleeping with your cousin and taking him from his wife
and starting a church,
that's pretty insane.
Take a listen to what he had to say, because this side of the story is definitely turning heads and making people rethink everything they believed about Kiki and Zachariah. Now, at the time, nobody really knew how true the whole cousin story was, but things got wild fast. Just a few days after filing for divorce, Kiki was spotted out and about with a new man, giving all the receipts that she was already moving on and securing a helping hand to support her next move. And let me tell you one thing about Miss Kiki, she's never alone. She's always got a man on her arm no matter what. She's been married 3 times and has 11 kids, no twins, no multiples, just straight up 11 kids. So yeah, she's always been on the move, always boot up, never slowing down for anyone or anything. But all that chaos went down last year. And just when we thought Zachariah was finally over her, he came through with a sit-down interview with Tasha K, and the tea he dropped was straight fire. You could tell he'd been waiting forever for the right moment to spill everything, and y'all, he did not hold back. According to him, their story goes way back. They've known each other almost their entire lives. He said they first crossed paths when Kiki was just 6 years old and he was a little older. Believe it or not, he was already attracted to her even back then. But he didn't make a move because, well, he was kind of dating her friend at the time. Can you imagine that? The drama, the history, and all the tension brewing from such a young age. It's wild to think how their relationship went from innocent beginnings to the chaotic mess we're seeing now. He also came through trying to flip the story about who was making moves in their relationship, especially around the time she was married to her second husband, Michael Ford. According to Zachariah, it wasn't him chasing her while she was still tied down. He claims Keke actually reached out to him after her divorce from Michael.
You did say during the first interview, you said that her and Larry had been cousins since they were kids, which led a lot of people to think that they weren't actually cousins. That
No, they family.
they family. So they're blood cousins.
Cousins.
Okay, so they are blood cousins.
Yeah, cousins.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. But she didn't have a baby by this cousin.
Trying to. That's why he had to go.
Because he didn't want a baby with his.
Can you believe this with your own cousin?
Has Larry reached out to you or Ebony since this interview? The first interview?
Nope.
And she was the one who initiated their relationship. That alone got people talking, but the real spice came next. According to him, Keke was far from the submissive type of wife. He said she wore all the pants in the relationship and even forced him into a beta role, flipping the usual dynamic completely. He painted this picture of a relationship where she was calling the shots and he was just along for the ride, which made fans rethink everything they thought they knew about their marriage. And of course, we can't forget the wild old claims about her allegedly sleeping with her cousin while married. Yeah, that bombshell. Zachariah didn't shy away from addressing that either. He had some choice words to share about it, and when he spoke, it added yet another layer to the drama that's already got everyone buzzing. Take a listen to what he said, because it's exactly the kind of tea that has the internet exploding right now. Now, when Zachariah first dropped this bomb, people were speculating left and right that the cousin he was talking about wasn't even her real blood cousin. You know how it is. Sometimes folks just say, cousin, and we all know it doesn't always mean actual blood. But Zachariah made it 100% clear. This was not one of those fake cousin situations. Nope, the person he named was her legit blood cousin, family ties and all. And yeah, y'all, it's messy, wild, and honestly giving some serious hillbilly type vibes. If you're wondering why he stayed in this crazy setup for 6 whole years, he claims it wasn't exactly his choice. According to him, he tried to leave multiple times, but every single time he attempted to walk away, Keke's mom would swoop in and shut it down.
She said, Zach, please don't leave my daughter. Because if you leave her, I believe, I don't want to be spared, forgive me.
Yeah.
I believe that she will meet her demise because she's going to self-destruct. She's been on a path to self-destruct and it's going to eventually catch up with her. And I don't know how much longer she'll be here.
So you stayed as a kind of like to honor her mother's wishes that you protect her daughter.
But y'all, there's even more. He claimed that Keke...
He says her mom would cry, plead, and beg him not to leave the marriage, making it nearly impossible for him to get out. Zachariah painted this picture of a relationship where he was constantly trapped, trying to escape. And yet every attempt was blocked by Keke's mom's emotional pressure. He made it clear that staying wasn't about wanting to be there. It was about feeling stuck and manipulated in a situation that spiraled out of control over the years. The whole scenario is shocking, messy, and definitely gives you the chills thinking about being caught in a marriage like that. But y'all, the drama doesn't stop there. Zachariah also claimed that Keke is extremely male-centered. And honestly, that part might not shock anyone because a lot of people could have seen that coming. But it gets even more intense. According to him, her behavior around her kids is what really takes things to another level. He says she allegedly becomes very neglectful whenever a new man is in her life. Zachariah claims that she'll keep her kids locked up in a room, forget to feed them, and sometimes they even go hungry while she's busy spending time with whoever she's dating at the moment. He says she kind of turns a blind eye to their needs, their health, and their overall wellness, focusing more on her own life and relationships than her children. He painted a picture of a household where the kids' basic needs were often ignored because Keke was too caught up in her personal life. According to him, this wasn't a one-time thing. It supposedly happened repeatedly, and he says it made the whole marriage even more unbearable. From his account, it sounds like he was watching a situation that he couldn't fix, leaving him frustrated and trapped while the kids were left struggling for attention and care. He went even further, claiming that Keke was allegedly physically violent with him at times and even threatened to unalive him. He says she supposedly tried to put ground glass in his food, which, if true, is straight up terrifying. Now, I'm not saying she did that or that it's for sure real, but this isn't the first time Keke has faced accusations of being violent in a relationship. Way back in 2002, she was actually arrested for stabbing her then-husband, Ra Morton. According to reports, police responded to a domestic violence call at 10:30 a.m. on December 25th at the couple's home, and what they found was shocking.
To you, she kind of turns a blind eye to their needs and their health and their wellness. And
when she got the man or something on with a man, I was able to see. And you stop me if I interrupt you. I don't do over time.
To me, that's concerning because it's like, how are you able to watch? How many kids does she have? 13? 11 kids. And you're bringing in different men around your children, and then on top of that, you claim that she has a severe drinking problem to the point where how could she be a proper mother? Wow. And then me and you spoke about your kids when you did have contact with them, calling you, according to you,
order me something.
Order me food, Daddy.
They in the room, it's locked up, and they in there, and we hungry.
So Keke would be in a room locked up with Anthony, and the kids would be hungry.
Morton had serious wounds all over his chest, arms, and hands. The police statement revealed that part of the knife blade had to be surgically removed from Morton's back at the University of Louisville Hospital, which shows just how severe the injuries were. At the time, she was arrested on second-degree charges and could have faced up to 20 years in prison, but Morton refused to testify, and the charges were eventually dropped. However, years later, Keke changed her story, claiming it was self-defense because Morton allegedly choked her, and stabbing him was the only way to stop him. So, when Zachariah made his claims about violence in their relationship, it immediately got people talking because of her past. The history adds another layer of shock to what he's alleging now. And whether you believe him or not, it's clear that Keke's relationships have been surrounded by drama and controversy for a long time. This story is just another chapter in what seems to be a very chaotic pattern. But it didn't stop there, because her second husband, Michael Ford, also came out accusing Keke of being toxic. Y'all remember when Keke made that viral video saying Michael was leaving her while she was 8 months pregnant, right? Well, Michael finally gave his side of the story, and it was eye-opening. He didn't hold back calling her out for the toxic energy he says she brought into their marriage. He said, "I have loved, raised, supported, and cared for every child in our family, biological or not. I will continue to be that person and do all these things, but I will not be her husband." He went on to explain, "I can no longer allow our children to live in a toxic environment. And because I love Keke, I can no longer accept toxic behavior. A home should be a refuge of peace from the inequity and harshness of the world. Keke is much stronger than she gives herself credit for, and she is a great mother. There is healing that needs to take place, and I have faith that it will happen." So, if you're keeping score, all three of her ex-husbands have at some point accused her of being difficult or toxic, and it's hard to ignore the common denominator here. Maybe it's time for her to take a step back and really reflect on her role in these relationships. But this is where things get even spicier. According to Zachariah, Keke allegedly went beyond just relationship drama and supposedly sold her soul to get ahead in the industry. That claim alone has people talking, making the story feel like it's straight out of a scandalous thriller, and the internet is buzzing with reactions to this latest revelation. Not only that, but Zachariah claimed that Tamar Braxton allegedly introduced Keke to a witch. Yeah, a witch she probably has on speed dial. A little bit of grace, as they say in church, because this is getting wild. Now, whether you believe in selling your soul or demon possession, Zachariah's story makes it sound like something straight out of the industry's dark side. He says Keke was brought to the witch to see what the witch would say, and apparently the witch tapped into some spiritual info. According to him, demons and familiar spirits were feeding information to the witch about Keke's love life, and the advice she got was basically to get rid of a certain man, and they allegedly publicized this, making it all even crazier. Y'all, this is a hot mess. Zachariah clearly still has a lot of bad blood for Keke, and if his claims are anywhere close to the truth, it's easy to see why. Fans are now speculating that Keke allegedly performed voodoo on Zachariah and even her other exes, which might explain how she always seems to have a man on her arm. The whole situation between Keke Wyatt and Zachariah Daring has officially escalated from messy to downright sinister. We're talking voodoo allegations, cousin scandals, witchcraft rumors, and exes coming forward with matching horror stories. And the wildest part? Every time Keke's name pops up, the drama somehow doubles. Whether you believe Zachariah is telling the truth or just bitter and spinning a story for attention, one thing is certain. This saga has officially crossed into Lifetime movie territory. If even half of what he's claiming is real, Kiki's love life might be way darker and more complicated than anyone realized. So, what do you think? Is Zachariah exposing the real story, or is this just a desperate ex trying to get clout? Either way, this roller coaster isn't ending anytime soon, and something tells me Kiki's next move is going to shake things up all over again. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for all the latest updates on this insane saga.